Hi guys, welcome back to Football United TV. I'm very excited because tonight we're back with Gunners from all corners. I'm sorry we're slightly late, but let's get to the intro. Then we have a lot to talk about with these exciting but very regular guests as well. Just let me get to the intro. 1 second. I'm never quick enough for this one. Yeah, there you go. All right, and we're back. I'm sure everyone missed talking about Arsenal a little bit, right? Like
No,
it's not
definitely.
always fun, but it's always something that we enjoy doing. So I'm really happy we're back. This is Gunner from All Corners, the show where we say Arsenal in multiple different accents. I'm here with my cousin Anthony. How are you, my man? Glad to see you back.
Not too bad, Maureen. You?
Yeah, doing well, man. Doing well.
Yeah,
Tired, but happy to be here, as I said.
good. And it's
And
good to be back.
thank you, man. This is your home. You know that. And Kayoba, whose home this is very much so as well. My amigo, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks, my amigo.
Right. I
I'm
can
very
I can tell that.
excited
Yeah.
because we're about to start the Premier League again. So I miss Arsenal very much. I mean, I miss competitive Arsenal, right? Because a lot of friendlies, but let's go.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I can tell that you're tired, but I can tell that you have a very genuine smile on your face as well because like it's a fun time to be an Arsenal supporter right now. I don't see why anyone would see it otherwise. And it's not like I would not make the show happen if we hadn't won, but we did win by 6-0. So let's just touch on that really quickly before we get to the main themes. Did you guys were you guys able to catch the game? Because I luckily was like I didn't think I was gonna be able to, but I did manage to, and that was fun to watch. Cause
No, I didn't manage to watch it. I didn't watch it, but the scores was pinging up on my thing, and I think it was something like it's like 3-0, 4-0 in the first 15 minutes of the game or something like that.
4-0
It
So
right,
was
Kyle?
yes, 4-0
yes,
before the 20th minute.
yeah.
Yeah,
So it was good. I enjoyed it, and with obviously Jesus getting a hat trick, and Saka with two, you can't go wrong. I think personally, I think that they're going to be a threat this season. These two.
I would agree. And Kayaba, what were your thoughts on that game?
Yeah, I did watch the game, and this was another one that got me excited. I am one guy who gets carried by emotions during the preseason, but even though I know it's very different to play these friendlies and to play a competitive Premier League match, but I always get to think that it's very good. The momentum of the team is very good when we win in the preseason. And Crystal Palace away, it was a very tough game for us last season. And I couldn't ask for anything more than two wins against Chelsea and against Sevilla and against Everton too. But Everton is a lot less trouble. So even though these friendly games are not, oh wow, Arsenal won, but I think it's good, and you can see the atmosphere around the club and around the players. Everyone very excited, and it's so genuine, the happiness of the players in the pitch and enjoying the crowds, the atmosphere, the supporters. So I think it's very, very positive for us. Even though I don't agree that we should be oh my God, Arsenal will win the league. No, come on, guys. But it's good.
No, yeah, it's exciting. I know what to expect. I know that I sorry, I had muted you, cousin. What's up? What was that?
He said like if Arsenal wins the league, and I went fingers crossed.
Okay, I mean, not this league.
No.
I can tell you that right now. But it's definitely. I'm just muting you while you're not talking, cuz because I think there's some like feedback. But whenever you talk, like I'll unmute you. Don't worry. But it's like I know it's friendlies, but it's always more exciting to win them than to lose them, right? Like it's simple as that. And every game that we started with our like with the players that we expect to see a lot from this season, we got not only one, but we won convincingly, right? Like we've had a couple of like underwhelming halves, but overall, like our games, every single one, like we played solid football. I can see what Arteta is doing. So really exciting. Before we get to the first like actual main topic, because this is just quickly, if you guys watched the game, I know that BX did not, but if someone watched the game and wants to share their thoughts, please do so, and I'll go back to it. But just BX, our very faithful one, my man. Thank you as always for the support. Glad to see you back. We formed like Voltron. My man's excited as well. I'm not entirely sure what this one means. For reference to the map, I'm located in the bottom right corner of the R. Greetings from Charlotte. I don't understand the first part, my man, but greetings from Rio. I got home at 4 a.m. from work and woke up at 2 p.m. today, so I missed everything. I don't blame you, my man. It was totally by accident that I woke up to watch the game. Like, I didn't plan to, but it was a lucky coincidence. And if you're new to the channel, please smash a like, subscribe. Help is appreciated to the most high. Yes, my man Maddie. And okay, so we move to the first actual topic. We need to talk about the transfer window, right? Like what's actually happening because the season hasn't begun yet. And I mean, I can go into a little more detail, but I'm happy with what's been happening. I want to hear you guys' thoughts. Kayaba, let's start with you this time. Like, what's your general thought on the window? I have a couple of under themes in there, right? Like how are you feeling about the business we've done? How much do you feel like we need to do a little more, and how much do you feel like we're actually gonna pull off?
Yeah, I mean, for once, I think that this season we were spoiled because Arsenal managed to do the main transfers before the season starts. So it was a nice change because we got to see Gabriel Jesus, we got to see Zinchenko, we got to see well, we didn't got to see Vieira, but we we managed to settle these players into our first 11, and we are not so worried about the season to come. I that's the general feeling I get from our supporters, but still, um, we should try to do one or two transfers more, I think, because we are still light in the midfield, in my opinion. We can't consider El Neni and the youngsters Pacino and even Lokonga as real options for the tough games during the season. We will play the Europa League this time, so maybe in the first phase, the group stage, we won't have problems. But as soon as the knockout stage starts, we will have to manage Premier League games and knockout games. So we will have to field strong 11s, and I don't think we can do that yet. We are much stronger in the attack. We could use another winger. That's why I said one or two new signings. We could use another winger because we know Pepe can't be relied on, and maybe Reece Nelson also can't be relied on. In Ketia, I don't know if Arteta sees him as a option for the sides or a central option. So we will see that too, maybe both. Uh, but I don't know. I one thing that gets me thinking a lot is why haven't Arsenal yet gone to Leicester and paid for Tillemans, right? Because that's a guy who wants to come to the club. At least I think so. And that's a guy who would add a lot of quality to our build up, to our midfield, playing as an 8, as a 6, sometimes, maybe, depends on the occasion. And he is much cheaper than he would be in another circumstance. So I don't know. Maybe that's opportunity cost, because right now Leicester still wants to negotiate, and if Arsenal can hold the situation up until the last weeks of the transfer window, maybe we can get to Leicester and not negotiate and just give some money and give me the player. I don't know. That is something that really gets me thinking, but we will see. I don't know. That's one name. Okay, we can think about many midfielders in Europe, and sometimes Arsenal is already preparing to bring a midfielder in the same mode as Vieira. No one spoke about him previous to the transfer, so maybe Arsenal is doing that, and we just don't know, and we can't know because otherwise the transfer wouldn't happen. But that's only speculation. Let's see.
All right. Cuz right just before I go to you, let me just read this one now. Cuz BX thinks we need another attacker. Would be great, as well as the coveted midfielder. I think that's the general consensus, right? Like most people think we need those two positions. Cuz do you agree that those are the two positions we still like should be looking at to address? And but other than that, like how do you feel about the transfer window? Are you like somewhat happy so far? I've unmuted you. I don't know why. Like, did you mute yourself at some? Because you're not muted anymore on my end. I can't hear you. Mm. Okay, let's give Cuz a second. Can you hear us, cousin? Can you hear us? Okay. Well, while you're sorting that, because I can't hear you, so I'm gonna go ahead. Then I'll go back
Yeah,
to you.
give us
Okay.
your thoughts.
Okay,
Oh,
you're back.
Am I back?
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Yeah, I'm happy with the business so far. You know, obviously the two Man City players we've signed. You know, Jesus and that Tenga is absolutely amazing. You know, they're two good players. Vieira, I don't really know much about, but I have seen couple of videos on him, and to be honest with you, he don't look that bad. You know, he's good at you know, he's fast. You know, he got bags of skill. He's scored a few goals. His stats, I seen a video of him, people talking to him. Apparently, his stats are up there with some of the top players, like sort of thing. You know, like the world class players. So whether that's true, I mean, I didn't see him. It's just a video I heard, but if that's true, then I'm all for that. That'd be a great, obviously, is a great signing. With areas that we need, I do feel that we need to get someone in DM. I mean, obviously, with Shaq and Party still is still a bit weak there, isn't it? Really, I mean, Party's always, he always picks up the injuries. Shaq always gets red card. He's always suspended because he's obviously doing stupid things on the pitch, like stupid decisions. His timing of his tackles is never hardly right, are they? So is that so? But like what Kay said with Tillemans, I would like Tillemans, but the question is if we sign Tillemans, whereabouts would be where would we play him? Could he do a role alongside Party as a box to box player or
I
what?
think
Because you don't want to be.
that's what he'd be fighting for. I think.
Yeah, so I think to be honest with you, if we can get that over, that it's going on too long. It's going on too long. We should sign Tillemans now, get the deal over and done with, and finish. But I can see it. Unfortunately, I can see it dragging out until the last day of the window. That one, someone just tells me about it is going to take too long. I think we will get him, but we'll get him later instead of sooner. So I think that's where we need to concentrate is on DM, maybe another striker. We got Saliba back now, so we can see what he's all about because he hasn't really played for us release. So I'm looking forward to that one. If I had my opinion, I would rather play Gabriel and Saliba together, and instead of Ben White, because I
I
I'm
we
still
know
not
you think
optimistic
that.
on.
We know you think that.
Yeah,
I'm sure
I think
Kaio disagrees, but I don't know if we're gonna get into that today. But
no, 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 no.
guys, like I know generally, like if you watch this, let me mute cousin again. Um, if you're used to watching Gunner from all corners, you've picked up on the fact that I'm slightly more patient than the general, like you know most Arsenal fans. I think Kayaba is as well. Kayo is very patient for an Arsenal fan. But this right now, like I don't know what's happening. I have a lot of patience. Like I'm on board. I'm aligned with what's been going on. Like I understand why we're taking long. I don't feel like we should be hurrying to sign Tielemans, if I'm being honest. Because like Tielemans is an upgrade on Xhaka, sure, and he's someone that can compete for a spot in Arsenal. But if I'm being honest, even though I hate his guts, Xhaka's been playing well for some time now. Like he ended the season well. He's been playing well in these friendlies, and I know we're thin when you're talking about midfield quality, but in numbers we're not that thin because we do have right now Torreira, Ainsley Maitland-Niles. I know these are players we're trying to get out the door, but if they don't, like they're here. We have El Neni, we have Lakonga, and we have promising youngsters mainly in midfield, right? Like Patino, Aziz. So bringing in someone that's a slight step up from what we have right now, it can happen, and it's not a lot of money, 25. But I think Arsenal's looking for someone slightly better, which is why we haven't rushed to sign Tielemans. If we sign someone like Milinkovic Savic and Paqueta, which is not like I'm not saying that's likely to happen, but if we get one of those two, like I'm sorry, I know they're not Premier League proven, but I can say confidently that they're better players than Tielemans. Tielemans is good, but I feel like Paqueta and Milinkovic Savic are on another level. Those are my thoughts. And when it comes to the attack, like I'd like some more competition, but things have been working out. Like I like the tempo. I like the tempo. I'm not in a hurry. I feel like right now we either sign someone that's gonna be like squad depth, like a Marquinhos, my man, like spending little money on someone, or we bring someone that we know is gonna be like a probable starter for a couple years to come. That's not Tielemans. For me, Tielemans is a player that we get to start for like 2 or 3 seasons, but he's not like the finished product if we want to be fighting for the actual title. So I'm patient. I'm patient as hell. Can't tell you why. I'm feeling confident about Arsenal right now. Not title wise, but I feel like we've been smart. Go ahead, Caio.
But Charlie, tell me something. Why don't you rate
I rate
Tillemans
him.
as high as maybe us do?
Um, mate.
What do you
I
think are his main flaws that make him not being the final article?
it's I don't think he has a lot of flaws. I do feel like he shuts off every now and then. He's like every now and then he's not very defensively aware, but it's a matter of saying that like the starters we have in midfield right now, they're good, right? Like wait, something's happening.
Yeah, I
And
agree with you on the Shaka point, but I see Tillemans as an evolution for Shaka because
same.
right now, yes, but that's the point. So he could be one guy to lift the team level and make us Premier League champions. I don't think he's not on that level, because
Okay.
maybe I would say that Tillemans, okay, he shuts off sometimes, and his defensive awareness not that great, not better than Shaka's. However, if you take a look at Man City's team, you will see that many times they start with Bernardo Silva on the midfield as playing as an eight,
Yeah.
and
Hmm.
I think no one would say that Bernardo Silva was a defensive colossus at Monaco
Hmm.
or even at Portugal. So I don't know. I think that Shaka is playing good football, and I think we will not get rid of him this transfer window.
Me neither. Yeah.
That is clear. However, against tougher opponents and big teams in Europe, playing Champions League next season and playing the Premier League even, there are times where Shaka as an eight has a very, very low ceiling because under
Yes,
pressure he's not
absolutely.
that great, and playing with his back to the opposition he's not that great. And Tillemans could offer that maybe. And
Hmm.
if we're talking about Arsenal playing a high press football in the right now, already playing that, but friendlies, but this season trying to establish themselves as high press team, I think that the defensive problems that Tillemans has are not as bad as it would be if we were to defend in a block, low block. And I don't know. I understand you. Of course, Paqueta would be a dream signing too. I love him. I think he would be very good offensive threat, always stepping the box, finishing, combining a lot of
Very good at
skill.
pressing as well, which suits us.
Yeah, 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 yeah. He does that for Tite in Brazil, so in the Brazilian national team. So that's a step above. I agree with you, but Chileans, it's okay. I think.
No, but we're aligned. We're still. I'll get to Steve in 1 second, but we're aligned. We're fully aligned. Like I'm not gonna be unhappy if we bring in Tillemans. I'm gonna celebrate it hard. I just don't. I just don't like. I'm not sweating over the time we're taking because it doesn't look like anyone is looking at him that much. I feel like it's either us or he stays at Leicester. And if Arsenal's looking at better options, I'm fine with that. Here, back after a couple of months, after a couple of weeks, to take the smile off your faces, Stephen Featley, my good friend. Yeah, go ahead, my man. Spoil everything. Let us know. Let us know how Arsenal's window actually has been poor, how we haven't gotten anything done, how we're looking worse than last season.
Well, let's have a look. I've got a great comment for this club.
Yeah, go ahead.
If you fail to prepare, prepare to fail. Right? You want to take your time, do you? In getting
Yeah, I do.
players. You
I
want to
do.
take your time. Is that
Mhm.
after we've been spanked by Crystal Palace? Is that been after we've been battered by Brentford in our own backyard? Like, is that after so many other setbacks that remember in last season how we were unprepared? Do you know what happened? I think we conceded 9 goals, didn't we? Didn't even score one. We were at the bottom of the league. Right? Like,
Steven,
I'm
look at the
sorry,
team
I
that
don't care.
started. Look
Hang
at
on a
the
minute.
team that's going to
Hold on.
start next game.
No, hold on a minute, right? I don't care, right? This club has had 2 months to bring players in, right?
Yeah.
You've also had 2 months to get rid of players. You're quite happy to get rid of Ozil's contract, right? But you're too busy sitting there not even bothering with Torreira and Bellerin. Why? You're just going to torture them, right? But not letting them go. So, um, I don't care, right? Look at Spurs, for example. They've made 6 signings before the season starts. Why can't we do that? Why is it us that has to sit there and go, I've been told all this transfer window, be patient, be this, be that. Get stuffed. If my rivals, next door neighbours, who are apparently so much better than, right, are doing business and the fact they're getting 6 players in before even the season starts and integrating them into their side, right, to make them look like a threat, why aren't we doing that?
We've
Why?
made 5.
Because no. Why? Yeah. Well, no. Hold the phone. Right? Marquinhos can't be counted. He's not playing this season. He's a youngster. There's been rumours he'll go out on loan. Right? So he's a youngster. So you can't count that one. Fabio Vieira. He's not going to be ready. So he's going to be sitting on the bench half the season, getting prepared to actually adjust for the Premier League. Right? You've got Jesus.
He's got a minor
Jesus.
knock. Why do you feel like he's going to be sitting on the bench half the season?
No. He's not ready to face Premier League opposition yet. He's still only 23.
But he's been playing
Right?
really well. The numbers when he
That's
plays are
great.
phenomenal.
That's brilliant. Right? That's brilliant. But if at the minute they're going to still rely on Xhaka and Partey, right? The Congo's gone off on loan, right? It's a
No, he
right.
hasn't.
Hang on,
It's Nuno.
Nuno
But
Tavares has gone off.
yeah,
Either way, right? Either way, Vieira's not going to be completely ready to face Premier League opposition yet, right? Doing it in Portugal and doing it here is another thing. Is a completely thing entirely, right? It feels so good. Other clubs would be interested in buying him, right? No one. People are trying to mug this guy off, saying he's the next best thing since sliced bread. When 3 weeks ago, but right before he resigned, no one knew who he was, right? But and Jesus is okay. Jesus is actually someone who will start every week. Me, I don't think he'll score over 20 goals. He's only done that twice in his career at Man City. Look how many chances he gets at Man City. Do you think he's going to get the same amount of chances at Arsenal? No, right? Especially with the way Arteta plays. You got Zinchenko. All right, that's a decent signing as well, right? That's a good signing, right? But where's the midfield? Right? Where's this midfielder we're supposed to get? Where's this right back we're supposed to get? Where's this extra centre
we're not
half we're
supposed to
supposed
get a
to
right back. Why would we be supposed to get a right back?
We need another right back, mate. Trust me.
No, we
Like
don't.
we do. We need. So you rely on Cedric.
No, mate. We have like 6 center backs that can play a right
Ha-
back. We have
No,
Tomiyasu,
no,
who's a really good one.
don't say Ben White or I'm gonna lose it. Like no, he's bad enough as a freaking centre half, let alone as a right back. Like
So
I've got
unfair.
people putting me. I don't care. I've got people sitting there saying Saliba, Holding, Gabriel, and Ben White is the best centre back depth or best defence in depth, right, in the Premier League, right? I've got people tweeting that, right? Are people stupid? Are people that dumb? Right? Seriously, I
don't
get
think it's
being
ludicrous enough
biased
to
to your
see it.
club. I
I
get being biased to
disagree,
your
but I
club.
don't think it's dumb. I
No,
disagree. I don't think it's
look,
dumb.
it is dumb.
Nah, mate.
You can't compare
Steven,
it to Man City. You can't compare it to Man City's. You can't compare it to Liverpool's. Right? You can't even compare it to Man United or Tottenham's. Right? I'm sorry.
What?
Yeah,
Okay.
at the minute,
No,
at the minute, Tottenham are doing better than us, mate. You might not like it.
Tottenham and
You might not
United
like it. You
in
may
no
not
way
like
in
it.
hell have a better
I don't
defense
care.
than ours.
You may not like it.
They
Tottenham are doing
don't.
better than us right now. Tottenham will do better than us.
It's okay for you to think that, mate. I'm not as confident for Spurs as you are.
Who conceded? Trust me, I don't want to, right? But who conceded less goals? Who conceded less goals last season? Oh yeah, Spurs.
I take it was Spurs.
Thank you very much. Right, so and they've improved on that. So like there you go. We've only got Saliba and we're counting that as a signing. No, we need another signing anyway, right?
He's
Tillemans,
better
where's
than any
that?
defender Spurs has.
But even Fabrizio Romano doesn't know what's going on in this club because he said we'd be getting Tillemans 1 week and the next minute, right? He doesn't. They said they've absolutely gone away from him. We're now going to Rafinha, right? And then now Rafinha's going to Barcelona. We're now going to Paqueta, right? The list is freaking endless. I've counted 21 players Arsenal been linked to this calendar year. If we actually made some of those signings and actually been serious, we'd had a team that would definitely get us into the top 4 by a mile,
Right.
even with this
All
manager.
right. Steven,
Come on,
that was a really inspired rant and monologue, but like that was.
Well,
that
I'm
was
sorry,
long
but
enough.
like, what do you want me to? What
Mate,
do you want me to say?
it's all good.
It's not
It's
good.
all good. You
It's not.
have 3 people here. They're a lot more hopeful than you are.
I'm being realistic, mate. I want to be
strongly-
hopeful, but I'm
mate,
being realistic.
Steven, you can't go ahead and say the 3 people are unrealistic because they think differently. I strongly disagree with most of what you said. Like I'm not saying I think we're gonna win the league or anything, but I think we're quite prepared. I think we brought in. I think we have two new players that are going to be starting on the first game, and 1 player that's been ours for 2 seasons but hasn't played yet in Saliba. So we have 3 new additions, and we don't have the same injury problems that we did have in the beginning of last season. Plus, the minor signings we've made, I feel like they were sensible. And I don't feel like we should be rushing to get another midfielder because the
Yes, we
midfield we
should.
have to start the season. I disagree, Steven. I'm entitled to that.
I know
The
you're just going to
midfielders,
disagree, but we
the
need to be
midfielders we have,
prepared.
but we are prepared.
Or
We are
not?
prepared. We're going to play Crystal Palace with a lineup that's been starting a couple of friendlies already, and it's a good lineup. It's close to our starting team. So I feel like we should be looking for what's best for the entire season, not just for the first game. If you're able to get Lucas Paquetá because you're a little more patient, instead of getting Tielemans because you're hurrying up, that's a much better option. Tielemans is a baller. He's a good player, but Paquetá brings us to another level. I believe that.
We did not have to wait on Tillemans. We did not have to take so long. It's 25 goddamn million. Like, what more do you want? 25 million for a top level Premier League experienced
Steven,
centre mid that is better than Xhaka and any midfield we've got in our bloody side. Right?
no,
We
he's
did not.
not.
He is. He's better than he's on level with Partey. He's on level with
He's not
Partey.
on
He's better
level
than.
with Partey. He's
Yes, he
not
is.
better than Odegaard. He's not better than
No,
Odegaard.
no,
He's
no,
not on
no,
level with
no. Now
Partey.
you're tripping. You're tripping. No.
And to your point, if we sign Tielemans, we're not going to sign another midfielder. So I feel like it's smart to wait to see if there's better options, my man.
No,
That's it. That's
I'd
it.
rather. There isn't because he can come straight in. Paqueta, I'm sorry, Paqueta and others around Europe, you don't know how they're going to adjust, right? Tillemans doesn't need to adjust. He's been playing in the Premier League for the last 3 years. He'll go straight
Yeah.
into our side, right? And you've got Partey and Tillemans in our midfield straight away, right? Right? Odegaard, that guy, give up the armband now. That is not a captain.
Jesus.
He's not a captain.
He's had one
He's
game as a
not.
captain.
No, not my captain.
Right. Well, here it is. But you're not a player, Stephen. The players seem to like him. Doom and
Good.
gloom at its finest. Come and look at all the positives. There's a lot
I'm
of
sorry
positives
if you
around
think
it, mate.
I'm sorry if people think I'm being
There's a
doom and
lot.
gloom. I'm just being realistic. If there's praise, right? If we've signed a couple more players, right, and had a few more signings before we start the season, which is what Tottenham have been doing, right, or others have been doing, or our main other rivals have been doing, then I would be more positive about it. But no, we're going to go into the season, right? We're going to have 3 games where probably Crystal Palace away, draw, maybe, like, and then you'll get to 3
I think we're
games.
favorites. We'll get to that. We'll
But
get to that.
we
That's
should
later on.
be, but it
That's
should
later on
be.
the
But
game.
I think after the first 3 games, we'll realise that oh shit, we need more depth. Like we need this is the main thing as well, right? We've got 32 players on our books, right? Because they haven't been able to get rid of any of them, right? That's all right, fine. Get rid of them by cancelling out their
Stephen,
contracts or anything. But we
we gotta
do
move on. Yeah, we
more
gotta move on.
depth. We need more quality in our depth. Otherwise, we're screwed.
All right, I don't disagree with that. I just feel like we can afford to be patient because and don't talk back on that because we got to move on. As BX said, the window's open for like another month. So I feel like it's just a matter of I feel like we can afford to be patient
It
right
takes
now.
Arsenal 6 months to do anything.
Moving on to
Sorry.
do any of you, cousin Kyle, have anything to say about Steven's glorious rent? No.
I can. Trouble is though, it's like on streams where it's now and it's been in the past and all this and that. Me and Stephen, we do talk about roughly with Arsenal, and we do roughly talk about it as the same. I mean, I think I agree with Stephen with Tottenham. I think Tottenham are going to finish higher than us. They have signed a few good players.
Yeah.
They've got a better manager. You know, that's the main things. The other thing as well is with Tillemans. I know he's 25 million, but he should come in. But I understand your point as well, because like just hold on a sec and just see what's around, basically. You know, I do understand that as well. But I think with if Tillemans was going to come, we would have had him by now. You know, because obviously with it being just 25 million. You know, he would have been in the door. He would have marched in that door and signed the contract there and then. So you know, that's that. Um, did, did you want me to go on to this topic now? What's come up? Expectations for this season? You want me to
Yeah,
start
you
on
go
that?
ahead.
Or
Go ahead, get started.
yeah,
Steven,
this
when I give you the word for the expectations, you can quickly touch on whatever you want to talk about, but we got to move on, my man. It's
Yeah,
35
yeah,
minutes in.
I will
right.
do. I will do.
The expect the expectations for this season is I think we're going to finish fifth again.
Mhm.
The reason being is because we're playing Thursday nights in the Europa League. I know we got all these players that we want to get rid of, that we sent out on loan, and they're back at our squad. I suppose in one way, looking at Arteta, I suppose it adds a little bit more depth to the squad because obviously we're playing extra games. That's probably the only reason why he's keeping them at the minute. That's what I can say on that. But I'm going to say fifth in the league. I would like to win a trophy this season. I would. Whether that's Europa League or an FA Cup, that's the only two I think we could do. But if we do, great. If we don't, it it wouldn't surprise me. But that's what I got to say on the expectations.
No, awesome. I feel like that's sensible. I
Yeah.
think I'm gonna go to Caio next, but I feel like I actually feel like we're gonna finish in the top four, but I understand how someone would think otherwise because Chelsea, I feel like they're worse than they were last season, but they might not be like worse enough. And Spurs
Mm.
did get better. Like their business is phenomenal, maybe better than ours. It's just that like I don't see a
It's
point I don't see a point comparing because like we need to do our own thing. But I do rate their business highly. Like I'm not gonna now say that I don't like Richarlison, right? Like I'm not a hypocrite. So I definitely feel like they're doing well. Kayaba, what are your expectations for the season, my man?
Yeah, the Europa League is something that bothers me a lot because I hate that competition. I just I just don't enjoy watching Arsenal play that, and or even watch any other team play that, to be fair. And
thank the manager for
but
that.
however, I think that last season, it was clear to me, and I mentioned that to here. I think I mentioned that here too. That it was about improving our play style, and I think that finishing fifth was the goal, even though we dreamed with better days. We were in the top four a lot of the time, and in the
Till
end,
the end.
it's a sour taste to finish fifth. However, this season I think we need to finish in the top four. And last season we were very unfortunate with injuries and also with COVID, and also a lot of dumb games where we made mistakes and we lost because of composure, because of lack of experience.
Bad
If on
refereeing.
that season, even if after that season we almost finished fourth, it's something that can get out of my head that this season we will be able to replicate that and be even better than that. It's common sense, I think. If it will be enough or not, that's something we can discuss. As you said, Chelsea, very strong coach and a lot of good players, even though I agree that they are worse than they were last season. We have Man U, who reinforced many positions. Ten Hag, another great coach. I love Ten Hag, and I think I even said that here on GFAC. And but they are much behind us in their process of getting back to the top, and that cannot be underestimated because we saw with our team how long it takes to make even good players, as we have some in our team, perform in the levels that are needed to finish in the top four. So I think Man U is the least of our problems. Of course, then we have Spurs and Chelsea, and those two teams are the ones who fight with us. I agree in general. I think that Tottenham transfer window was very solid, and I think the topic is very deep. It's a deep discussion, but Charlie knows what I think about Conte's football, and I do see ceiling to what they can achieve with him, because many of their play patterns are Harry Kane dependent and Son dependent. Richarlison is a very good player, but he's not someone who can do what those two can do. And I think that if we have a little bit of luck with their injuries and their matches, we will be able to finish above them. I think we will finish above Chelsea too, but give it or take, I would say Arsenal in the top four.
Right.
I don't want
Well,
to predict on the Europa League, because we know that when teams get to the knockout stage, anything can happen,
yeah.
and I won't predict on that.
Yeah, I'm aligned with that, but I'll share my thoughts in a little bit. Steven, what are your expectations, my man? Try to be slightly quicker.
Okay. First off, right. What was I going to say? I'm not confident with this season. Right. I've seen, and whether how do I put this? Anthony mentioned about the players we got on our books, and he wants to keep, and he wants to ask that Arteta wants to keep them at the club. There's a problem with that. Arteta doesn't want to play him. He won't want to play him. He won't play him.
Was that exactly what you said, Cuz? That he wants to keep them in their club? Because I don't know. No. He
No.
didn't say that.
No,
He
I
Well,
didn't
didn't.
say
I
that.
didn't say that. No,
Yeah.
no.
well,
I said I can understand the depth, but if we don't sign anybody, I think they will stick. We will see them around and participating in playing certain games. That's what I reckon it
yeah,
will be.
I think no. Okay. So what I'm saying is that with those, that'll be games like if we've already qualified for Europa League as group winners, for example, we've got 2 games left or something. Uh, but apart from that, he will not rotate the squad to try and like cope with the fixture congestion, because this season is, out of all of them, is the most congested season, with obviously the World Cup in December. Right, this is why I'm not confident. His squad management is crap. Right, it is appalling. Right, I'm sorry. It's like I mean, Saka's finally had a summer where he can actually relax a little bit. Like, whereas before he hadn't had a break, and people were wondering why his form dipped. So he needs to really think about that, and also think about that during the game as well. So say like we're 3-0 up, take players off if we're 3-0 up. Like, take players off if we're 4-0 up, and we've got 30 minutes left. You know what I mean? But Europa League, last time we was in Europa League, we were appalling in the league, and we finished 8th. I feel that we could have a similar pattern, because the squad depth is even thinner than it was before. It's either thinner in terms of what we use, or it's the same amount of what we had when we were last in Europe. I would probably expect him to try and go and win the Europa League for me. It's either this. There is no more excuses. You've had your break. You've had plenty of time to get players in. You've had plenty of time to get players out. It's either top 4 or win the Europa League, or you're gone. Simple. I don't want to hear any more excuses. I don't want to hear any more excuses for this manager. He's had enough. Like, you would either get us into the top 4 and get us Champions League, or get out of the club. Simple, and I don't think he'll do that. So for
That's
me,
more than fair.
that's why I'm saying he's got to go, because I
Yeah.
don't think he'll do that. Right?
Mm.
That's why I said, like, this is why I said if we had a good window, like for example, I'd maybe buy the shirt or something like that. Right? Also, if we improved by getting rid of the manager, then I'll buy the shirt because we improved.
That's fair. That's fair. I'll share my thoughts. Let me just read the comments. This one's kind of a dig at you, Steven, but I'm gonna don't worry because I'm gonna defend you. I have, by the way,
No, it's all right. It's all
guys.
right. But
Yeah,
mate,
I
I'm realistic.
I
If
got
you
this. I
don't
got
like
this.
it,
Don't come with the realistic thing. It's like I understand why Steven feels the way he feels, and I don't blame Steven for the fact that he's not optimistic right now. I blame Arsenal. Arsenal has been underwhelming for a long time, and we have had multiple seasons where we have high expectations. 1 second, Steven. We have
I was
Steven.
just going to put something.
We have high expectations, but it all goes to crap at some point. And it's sad that because we've had this bad momentum for so long, that a lot of people like even struggle to see like glimpses of hope because they're actually there in my eyes. But like this is a channel where everyone's entitled to think however they want to think. My thing with Steven is for his own benefit. I feel like he should calm down because he gets too stressful, too stressed.
I
But
don't know. I just don't
I
know.
I I get his feelings. I don't agree with them, but I get. Would you want to say anything else, Steven? Because I gotta
Yeah,
go back to the comments and share
because
my opinion.
look,
Then we'll stop.
the reason, like, first of
Evening,
all,
Matthew.
like, I, I just give my honest opinion. If people think
Yeah.
that's negative, that's fine. Like, you can either watch it or don't. I'm not fussed. Like,
Well, definitely
but in
watch
the end,
it, guys.
well,
Definitely watch it.
yeah, but in the end, like, but in the end, yeah, for Football Night TV, make sure you watch it. Like, in the end, um, right, I've seen this same crap from this club since 2012, right? For 10 years straight from it could even go
Yeah.
further back than that, where we've
No, but that's
not
what I
been
just said,
prepared.
Steven. You don't need to
We've not been,
drag on.
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. We've like, so if we've been doing that for 10 years and we've not won a league in 19 years, don't you wonder why I'm a bit negative about Arsenal?
Yeah, like as I
You know what
just
I mean?
defended, you're just dragging on my defense for you. Like
Yeah,
that's it. That's it.
or you just want me to sit there in dreamland, like, oh, everything's fine, it's all rosy. Right, let's get let's water the roses in the garden. Everything's all nice. Honestly,
Okay. Well, I think it's fair to say as well that Caio and I, for example, we're quite optimistic right now. We don't live in
mm.
fantasy land whatsoever. Like we're just looking at
No,
stuff
but
differently.
you're not being like one of those on Twitter that thinks we're the greatest thing since sliced bread because we signed one player. Like, you know what I mean?
Fair enough. I agree with that. With what Matthew's saying that we've had a better transfer window and we have a better squad than United. I do feel like there's more to
So
come for
far,
United and for us as well. So let's see how it ends. BX is excited with the Brazilian core. We have a good Brazilian striker now. I'm very happy with Gabriel Jesus. I'll eventually go more into detail about that one because I'm not a huge fan. I understood why like he was a perfect fit for
mm.
us, but he's been surprising me like with his form, and I
can
hope
I
he keeps it up.
can I just say with Matthews when he said about a better squad? I think in quality we might not have. I think it's either the same. I think it's about level in terms of the same. But I think the rate, like the fact is that your team at the minute or your squad has not been playing like a team. That's probably why it looks like we've got the better squad. Because on paper, there's players there are players on Man United side that are probably better than ours, but that are better than ours. But like we play better as a team.
Yeah.
Uh, if you
I
saw from
I
last season,
I get that. I get that. My point to
there
disagree
you
with that
go, being
slightly is that
positive.
my point to that is that like you say on paper, and that's a lot due to the fact that we have a really young squad. So in paper, you can say that some of the attackers they have are better than Martinelli or
But then you
Saka,
can't use that as an
but
excuse because we decided to go down that road.
it's not an excuse. I'm just like the on paper thing. Like it's
Yeah.
only because we have a young squad, but the last season our players were better than theirs. So it's tough to
Mm.
call because there's such different kinds of squads. But we're gonna have to move on to the last topic, and we're gonna preview the Crystal Palace game. I'm very excited for this one. I know Crystal Palace is one of the games that I like the least. Like they always give us a really hard time. It's annoying to play Palace, mainly
Especially
away, and this
Vieira.
one's away, right? This one's away from home.
Yeah, it's at Selhurst Park.
That's always a tricky one. Let's start with you, Caio. What are your thoughts on this one? Do you think we're gonna start with the right foot?
Yeah, I think so. However, it's a tough game, as I said in the my first comment. I think the fact that I enjoy so much Arsenal having won all of these friendly games is because I think the momentum we carry into this match will make a big difference for us. Again, we will play in Selhurst Park. We will play in Selhurst Park, and Palace is not worse than they were last season.
No, no.
If something, they are even better, and I expect this season to be very good for them.
Especially with
However,
Vieira.
Arsenal is the better team between both, and we need to have a good start to the season. It's very important. We have Europa League games. We can't rely again on the trust the manager has earned with the fans last season. The start to the previous season was very tough on all of us because we lost three matches, and if anything, this start of season is good for us. We don't have many big matches in sequence in the start, so let's take advantage of that. And but it will be a tough game.
That being
uh
said, playing Chelsea on the first game could have been nice right now because that could have been beneficial actually getting that out of the way. But yeah, keep going, keep going.
yeah, but friendlies, right?
Yeah,
Chelsea will be a different animal in the Premier League. Let's not
absolutely.
make fool of ourselves because they already have Koulibaly back, and uh, I, I I am sure their physical level will be better next week. Um, we have to remember that we played them 2 weeks before the seasons
Yeah.
also, and Arsenal were in a hot streak, so yeah, maybe Chelsea, but I am confident that Crystal Palace is the better match for us.
Yeah, that's fair.
um, but I think the game will go very much like last season. Palace loves to play in a mid block and block spaces and take advantage of uh, Arsenal not being sure how to progress the play into the last third. This is how they won the game last season. Sorry. Um, we have to be confident. We have to play our game, ball in the low balls, no high balls. Try to avoid crosses and try to avoid direct play because Vieira is very good coaching the transitions. They like to cage the opposition into one side. This is very much like Liverpool, for instance. They like to cage the opposition into one side, and they are very aggressive on the ball side. If Arsenal can escape this first pressure and put the ball on the other side, Crystal Palace are always exposed. However, it's very difficult to take the ball out of this side. So this is something that I am positive they will improve also, but it's the way they play. It's a compromise. If they want to be aggressive on the ball side in the 4-3-3, they will leave the other side exposed. And with Zinchenko, with Ben White or Tomiyasu or whoever plays at right back, and with our wingers, we are very good on these through balls to the other side. Let's try to take advantage of that and make the game difficult to them. but it's away from home and it will be tough. I am positive of that.
So teu fã, irmão. Yeah, great analysis. Great analysis. That was great. I I don't have the tools to disagree, but I don't think I would if I had anyway. Cousin, let's go to you. What are your expectations for this game? If you're there. Okay, I think
Well,
yeah.
to be honest with you, I think. Well, I would like Arsenal. First game of the season is nice to start off with a win. I don't think it's going to be a lot in it. I think if it was, we most probably win 2-1, but I think it'd be a hard game. So it's like we're either gonna win or draw it. I want it to be different to the last game of last season when we lost 3-0 because, in all fairness, we spent more time ball watching than actual playing football, passing the ball around and things like this and that because we were absolutely dire in the last game. Um, and But yeah, I just think he's going to be, just think positive thoughts. I'm going to sound positive this season, more so than last season. So that's most probably why Stephen might be a bit surprised about me because I was always on Arteta's case. I will be on his case if he doesn't perform good this season. I do agree with Stephen to a certain extent that if Arteta doesn't perform and we finish at a reasonable, let's say, I'm not on about winning the Premier League, but if we do not finish in the top four or win a trophy, he should be gone because the amount of money that he's had to spend on players, and if he's not going to deliver with the money that he has spent, he needs to go.
Okay, I think that's fair. Steven,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to you next. Just wait 1 second because Kaio told me that he's only got like 8 to 10 minutes of battery. So when I go to you, I'm gonna go with more than just the preview. I just want to ask Kaio because those are the last things I would ask him anyway. Do you feel like we're gonna repeat the lineup that we had against Sevilla? And what's your score prediction, just in case we lose you?
Yeah, I think we will repeat the lineup, and because Tierney was saw training after the game at the Emirates, so maybe he's back next week. But the real doubt, I think, will be between Cedric and Ben White at right back, right? So yeah, I think we will repeat the lineup. I think he will go for Ben White because Ben White is better than Cedric defending spaces. So I would say Ben White is the right choice. And I think Zinchenko will start again too.
Mhm.
Um, so same lineup, and we will win 1-0.
1-0. Awesome. I mean, stick around because I'm going to give you a chance to shout out your social medias, everything. But in case we lose you, we had all the info we needed from that beautiful brain of yours. Steven, my man, whatever order you want to pick, like what are your thoughts for the game? What are you expecting to see? Do you feel like we're going to repeat the lineup? Would you change anything? And what's your score prediction?
Well, first let me look at the lineup first from the last game.
Ramsdale, White, Saliba,
Yeah, I
GMAC,
got it.
Zinchenko.
Yeah,
Okay, got it.
right. So he wants to play with two wing off. He wants to play three at the back with two wing backs, and he was.
No. It's set up in a weird way, but I think we played
Is
a
it
four
still
three
a
three.
four? Is it still
It's a
like
it's a four
because
three three, wasn't it, Caio? Yeah, it was a four. I saw the lineup that they had on the like when you looked at it online. It was funky, but no, it was Ben White as a right back, and Saka played as a winger, not as a left midfielder.
right. So where's the right? Okay. All right. I'm just trying to work it out. It can be also a 4-2-3-1 if
Yeah.
you wanted to as well. Okay.
Mhm.
I would keep uh, Thomas Partey. Yeah, if he's fit, then yeah, play him. Um, I would. I don't see anything wrong with that lineup, but I wouldn't play right back for Ben White, to be honest. I,
You'd play
what
Cedric.
Tommy Asu still injured, is he?
If he's not, he's just coming back, so I don't feel like it's smart to start him in the first game. Yeah.
Yeah, I would try and see if we can play him. If not, then maybe Cedric. Because I'm sorry, like Ben White is bad enough as a centre half, rather than a right back as well. So yeah, um, yeah, I'll keep the lineup the same, and I would say it's not going to be easy. Vieira's got a good squad. He's a very good manager. We saw that last season.
Great manager.
I think they did a double last season, didn't they?
No, we drew the second one. We had to come back, but we
Well,
drew it. Yeah.
we had four, and what about the in the away game we lost, didn't we? So 4 points they've had out of us. So
Yeah, we lost
I'm
3
gonna
0.
I would try and if I wanted to be biased, I'd say 2-0. But realistically, I'm saying a 1-1 draw.
1-1 draw. Okay, that's sensible. It's more than
But
fair.
it would be really nice is if Jesus, for example, can score straight away. We
I
need
think
him
he's
to
going
score
to.
start. Yeah, but we need him to start
Yeah.
once he starts, he needs to start scoring goals straight away.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think he will. I think, to be honest with you, I think with Jesus, I think we'll get about 15, maybe 18 goals out of him.
In the league, yeah, I agree with that.
In
I
the
agree with
league,
that.
but we need 20. We need 20 over 20 though. To
But
be
then
fair.
again, if that's the case, then we got to sign another striker, because in all fairness, Eddie Nketiah ain't going to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, we lost Caio. I think he's gonna get close to 20, and I think the people
Yeah.
around him are gonna score more goals. And if you consider the fact that none of our strikers scored nearly 20 goals last season, if we
Yeah,
get someone scoring 18, it's looking good for us. Because what's your score prediction then? And do you feel like we're gonna repeat the lineup? Would you change anything there?
I would like to play Tomiyasu at right back, but if he's injured, slowly coming back, you can't. So
Yeah.
you'd have to play. You would have to play either Cedric or Ben White. But I'll pick Cedric. I can see Palace scoring. If it is, I think it'd be 2-1 to us. I'd like to go for a 2-1 win. I just want to win first game of the season. That'd be
Yeah,
nice.
guys. I know you guys are not fans of Ben White, and I don't have the patience or the actual knowledge to defend him as well as Caio does. But considering the fact that like our right back's most likely gonna be having a nice face off against Wilfred Zaha, right? Like, aren't you
Yeah.
more comfortable with Ben White's defending than
Nope.
Cedric's? No.
No,
Okay.
because he doesn't. I've
Yes or
saw
no question.
There was numerous amount of times last season he wouldn't track the runners.
It was a yes or no scenario, my man. All
Sorry.
good. All good, all good, all good. I'm not like I don't strongly disagree with you. I prefer Ben White though. I definitely do.
I think
Uh,
with Cedric, I think he's your old-fashioned right back. He's not like a right wing back, if you know what I mean. He's an old-fashioned right back. That he doesn't go on a lot of runs, does he, Cedric? He's better at defending than actually going forward. If I
I
was
don't
going
know
to
if I
say
agree
something,
with that because
no,
he's someone that overlap. Like, I remember Steven talking about the fact that he's probably the best right back to play alongside Pepe because he's
Yeah,
someone that's actually
because
gonna
he gets
overrun.
forward and he
Yeah,
overlaps. Whereas Tomiyasu's more of a
yeah,
he's more of actually like a Lee Dixon.
yeah.
He's just
I
defends.
I think in our squad
That's
right now, Cedric is very much so the
base
offensive
in
right
a
back.
in a big game. You'd want to play Tomiyasu for defensive purposes,
Yeah.
right? But in a game like maybe Crystal Palace, even though it might be tough, you would want to play Cedric to try and get that overlap.
I
That's
mean,
if you're playing
yeah,
the Pepe though, but he will never play Pepe. This is my point.
yeah.
Like what I said earlier about squad depth, he might have the players there that he could probably use. I don't think he'll use them because he don't even use Pepe when he was in the squad last season.
Yeah.
That's how stubborn he is.
I think we're gonna see Pepe out the door. Okay, guys. Maddie, you're probably watching this. I apologize for going over the hour mark. I know you don't like that, but it was a fun show, and I'm so glad to be back. So glad to be back. I like these discussions I have with Steven. if you're watching this for the first time, this is one of my best friends. Okay, we love each other. Let's make that very clear.
No,
We
he's a
don't
twat.
necessarily agree.
He can't. He brings me. He brings me here at gunpoint.
Yeah, because you usually hold a spot for me when I go to your channel. Yeah, asshole.
Yeah, dick.
Hey, this is it. Like, this is a stream.
Fucking,
Yeah.
fucking muppet. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
come on. I didn't swear. It's all good.
You did.
We're
You
still.
call me an arsehole. Like,
That's
Is
being
that a
polite.
swear?
That's
No,
being polite.
I thought asshole was like just
Anthony, didn't need
below
you
a
to get
swear.
involved. Shut up. Like, honestly.
Anyway, just to top it off, I think we're gonna start exactly the same lineup we had. I understand some people not liking Ben White. I'm a fan of his. I hope he's not a starter this season because I'm a huge fan of G-Mags, and I truly believe like Saliba is already our best center back. He's a
Mate,
good
he
player.
watches that it, if you don't know Marley, he hides away from his missus so he can watch compilations of Gabrielle. Yeah.
I'm not gonna deny that. I plead the fifth. Okay, but
And on that
I also like.
note,
I'm excited to see Fabio Vieira play. Don't get me wrong, and I'm not a fan of Xhaka's. He's the player I want gone the most out of everyone I know is going to be playing football this season. I don't like Xhaka, but I have to be honest and say that he's been decent. So I wouldn't hurry up bringing in someone that's been on clutches lately, right? Like Fabio Vieira has been injured, so I think we got to slowly bring him to the team. So
or
I'd
you
start
can get
exactly the same
Telemans and
lineup.
get him out the door.
Or if that happens, mate, if we bring in Tielemans Tuesday, sure, he stands a chance of playing. But I wouldn't drop Xhaka right now. Like he's been playing well. Like whoever comes needs to earn their spot. And I'm gonna predict a 2-1 victory. I think that's what Cousin said as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna. It's a family thing now. We're gonna go double down on our bet. It's gonna be 2-1, and I'm feeling like like Jesus is gonna score a goal. He's been fire, man. He's been shutting me up because I knew he was perfect for Arsenal. And by like just I what?
He better do. I'm holding you responsible. He's Brazilian after all.
But if you go back to a couple of videos, I'm not a huge fan of Gabriel Jesus. I think he's a perfect fit for Arsenal. Like he's one of the best strikers in the world at what Arteta wants, right? Like a high pressing striker. He's probably the best striker in the world at pressing. But he's probably man. He's very far away from being the best striker. Don't get me wrong. There's many better goal scorers than him, but pressing, he's like quality, quality, quality. But he's actually proving me wrong. Like he's finishing really well, and I think
Yeah, but
it's gonna work out
doing
well.
it at London Coney against Brentford or like in Nuremberg is one thing. Doing it in the Premier League is another.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be different. Let's put him to the test. But yeah, guys, that was it. That was it. Slightly longer than I expected, but fun show. Cousin, my man, let us know. Let us know where to find you, where you're up to.
Yeah, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at my name at Anthony Herbert. You can also find me on Football United TV, SVT TV. Haven't been on there for a while, but I'm hoping to get on. Also, you can find me on Dugout Daily and Leicester Till I Die. And Matthew Bassett, if you're still in the chat, big up, mate. And I was on a stream with him last week on the Man United agenda, and I got to say what a nice guy he is as well. It was good streaming with him.
Awesome. I mean, absolutely. Matthew, BX, whoever was on the chat, like, thank you so much for the support. We had decent numbers throughout the whole stream. I truly appreciate the support. I know we've been missing, but we plan on having a lot of content for you guys again. Back with Fita show as well. My main man, Steven. What are you up to? Glad to see you here again. What's up? Where can people find you?
You can find me on SVT TV, on where we do Arsenal and football content. We do, just mainly Premier League and Arsenal. And yeah, we've got. I don't think we're live until Monday with a transfer stream. I'll have to double check that. Yeah, you can find us here as well, doing like at gunpoint with Marley, where I get forced to come on here and like speak sense. You know what I mean? And then you can find this on my F1 channel, S Featley F1, where tomorrow we're doing. We didn't get to do the qualifying watch along, so I was still like having to sleep and still suffering from, still positive with COVID at the minute. So yeah, and then what? I think yes, S the F1 tomorrow. We're doing a race watch along and then a review and then a news show afterwards. So we got quite busy on that channel. And so if you like F1, go and subscribe to SV the F1. It's basically the same name but with F1 on it. Yeah, it's all to raise money for Children's Liberties Foundation. So if you could go like, subscribe to both channels and also become a member of SVD TV as well to help donate every single month and get great perks, please do so.
Awesome, awesome. By the way, man, I hope you're getting better really quickly. I'm happy to see that COVID didn't hit you as strong as
it's
it hit
just
some people.
it's at the moment it's just like some days I'm okay and then like a couple of days I'm having to sleep all day. Like today I had to sleep all day. And it's just, I think I'm over the main problem with it. It's just I'm still carrying it at the minute.
Yeah,
I'm more carrying it rather than having any problems.
yeah. By the way, Steven complains about me. If you didn't know that, back in April, I shaved my hair in his channel. Ever since then, I've been spending like 20% of my income in hair growth products, just so I don't stay bald. You know, like it's been a battle, it's been a war. It's starting to work, but yeah, I'm a much better friend than he makes me look like. Okay, so let's get that right. Great show, everyone from BX. Thank you for the support, my man. So yeah, that was it, guys. Stay tuned to all the content we have coming up. Follow me on Twitter at Marley Chillin. Follow me on Instagram at Charlie Millen. You're gonna see my funky theater pictures, everything I have coming up. No football whatsoever.
I've seen that picture of you on Instagram. Did you see the comment I put under it?
Yeah, I replied to that, mate. You compared me, Mikel Arteta.
I compared you look like Arteta on the touchline when we're about 3-0 down. What do I do?
Yeah, I mean, you might have all the, you might think Arteta has all the flaws in the world, but you gotta acknowledge that he has one of the best hairs out there. So being compared to him, like I'm so happy with the state I'm in right now. So guys, that was it.
Great.
The Fita show is back next week. We still have some transfer chats with Maddie as well. The United Across the Globe show is also going to be back next week. So yeah, very exciting times. Thank you so much for the support. Let me find the outro because I'm slow. Yeah, guys, thank you so much for being here. Take care. Ciao.
Out.
Bye. Arteta out.